Se llenó de los hermanos cristianos que vinieron de las diferentes partes del mundo. Oh, Shalom México, bienvenidos a Israel.
Y reclutando voluntarios de diferentes naciones.
La Iglesia de Dios Pentecostal apoya a la nación de Israel.
De descendiente de asesinos nazis.
Of Christians around the world praying.
Inmediatamente cuando dice Alá lo va a castigar, ahí cae fulminado por un ataque al corazón.
You're not merely the greatest ambassadors that Israel has around the world is Israel. We have no better friends around the world. A very Merry Christmas.
Con los representantes de los cristianos evangélicos.
In the world, Merry Christmas.
Se llenó de los hermanos cristianos, sionistas, y su gran mayoría protestantes que vinieron de las diferentes partes del mundo para estar con nosotros. Y sucederá que todos los que queden de todas las naciones que vinieron contra Jerusalén subirán año tras año a adorar al Rey, el Señor de los ejércitos, y a celebrar la fiesta de los tabernáculos. ¿Quién iba a pensar hace 80 años atrás que alemanes estén cantando en la tierra de Israel, en el Estado de Israel, el país de los judíos, Am Israel Chai? Muchachos, ahora nos volvimos a ilusionar. México, por fin latinos. Oh, Shalom México, bienvenidos a Israel. Los grupos etnios, estos también en representación de todas las naciones. Welcome to Israel, Shalom. Israel ama Brasil también.
Of Christians around the world praying that God will give you His wisdom. And we pray that God will give you success. And so that's our prayer.
Well, thank you. The fact that you're coming here standing with Israel, in Israel,
Yes,
is mightily important and gives us a lot of strength and a lot of encouragement. I have to say that the world today appears to be divided by two forces. Those who support Israel in its just fight against Hamas terrorism, and those who support Hamas terrorism. I think Reverend Graham, with your so many followers around the world, understand that Israel is fighting a just war, fighting according to international law, trying to minimize civilian casualties, root out the terrorists, and I think that's our common battle, the battle of civilization against barbarism.
Well, it's good versus evil. And we know that God, we know there's a God, and we know there's a devil, an evil. And the devil has been fighting God for we don't know how many thousands of years, but I think Israel is God's people. The Bible tells us that. And so it's clear. And the devil wants to destroy this nation, wants to destroy the Jewish people. And he's tried over and over and over to do that.
And we're not going to let him do it.
No, sir.
When we say we, it's the combined forces
we stand with
of civilization, and we truly support that. I have to say that by contrast, there are forces that support the terrorists, and one of them is President Erdogan of Turkey, who calls Israel a terrorist state, but actually supports the terrorist state of Hamas, has himself bombed Turkish villages inside Turkey itself. So we're not going to get any lectures from them. We stand with those who stand for justice and truth, like Reverend Graham, our many Christian friends around the world, but also so many others. And we saw that yesterday in a mass demonstration in Washington of Jewish leaders and non-Jewish leaders, leaders of the Senate, leaders of the House. They stood for Israel, they stood for truth, they stood for justice, and that's the forces of civilization that will ultimately win the day.
Estaba diciendo, reclamándole a Erdogan, al primer ministro turco, que cómo se atreve a ser tan laxo con Israel, que tiene que ser más severo, que aquella persona que ayuda a Israel o que no castiga a Israel será castigado, y que Alá lo va a castigar. Cuando este tipo termina su discurso de odio en contra de Israel, inmediatamente cuando dice Alá lo va a castigar, ahí cae fulminado por un ataque al corazón.
Siz İsrail'in suç ortağısınız. Siz İsrail'in suç ortağısınız. Elinizde Filistinlerin kanı var. İşbirlikçisiniz. İsrail'in Gazze'ye atlayacaksınız. Tarihin azabından kurtulsanız Allah'ın gazabından kurtulamayacaksınız. Hepinizi saygıyla selamlıyorum.
Birleşime 20 dakika ara veriyorum.
Es un gran privilegio como alemán,
als Nachfahre von Nazitätern,
de descendiente de asesinos nazis,
dass ich an der Seite von einem Rabbi stehen
que
darf.
puedo estar parado al lado de un rabino.
Mundial del cariño, del compromiso de estas miles de personas que, inspirados por sus dirigentes, realmente hay una expresión de cariño sin condiciones y
Venimos la Festival de las Naciones a apoyar a Israel. Nosotros amamos a Israel.
Amamos Israel, amamos Jerusalén, unos sentimientos, una emoción, algo sobrenatural en nuestro espíritu, porque en realidad venimos a orar. Todas las mañanas nos levantamos a las 4 de la mañana a orar por Israel, por la paz. A marchar a Jerusalén, a la ciudad santa, lo que amamos, así que felices, muy felices.
You are ambassadors of truth. You're not merely the greatest ambassadors that Israel has around the world, you're champions of truth. And if there's one thing that I can ask you to do, it's to tell the truth. Tell the truth about our history, tell the truth about our present, tell the truth about who wants peace and who doesn't want peace. And I think that you can also tell the truth about something else. Israel is a robust democracy. It supports and protects the rights of all, the rights of Jews, Christians, Muslims, of all. And we are the only ones who do so in a very broad radius. I think there's something unusual for Christians because Israel is the only country in the Middle East where the Christian community thrives and grows. And that is also applicable to what happened in the Palestinian Authority areas. You know the town of Bethlehem? Yes. You have a connection to it. We all do. And among other things, we have a connection through King David, the story of Ruth, as you know, but also the story of Jesus. Now, Bethlehem had, when we handed Bethlehem over to the Palestinian Authority, its Christian population was roughly 80%. You know what it is now? It's about 20%. And that change happened because in the Palestinian Authority areas, as well as throughout the Middle East, Christians are being constricted, they're being pressured. Often they're being persecuted. Israel is the one country that protects the human rights of all. We protect the religious sites of all. We don't just protect Christian religious side, we protect Christian people. Christians should enjoy all the freedom to worship as they please in the Middle East and anywhere else. And the only place in the Middle East where they can do so is Israel. We have no better friends in the world than our Christian friends. And I take this opportunity to thank you for your steadfast support.
En Brasil, el primer ministro Netanyahu se reunió en Río de Janeiro con los representantes de los cristianos evangélicos. En esta ocasión, Netanyahu resaltó la gran amistad que une al pueblo judío y a los cristianos evangélicos.
My wife Sarah and I are delighted to be with you in Brazil. We have no better friends in the world than the evangelical community. And the evangelical community has no better friend in the world than the state of Israel.
El primer ministro israelí subrayó que en Oriente Medio las libertades, la seguridad personal y los derechos de todos los cristianos están plenamente garantizados solo en el Estado de Israel.
If you're a Christian in the Middle East, there's only one place where you're safe. There's only one place where the Christian community is growing, thriving, prospering. That's in the state of Israel. You are our brothers and our sisters, and we protect the rights of Christians as we protect the rights of all religions. In recognizing our common traditions, our common heritage, story, and a great message for all humanity.
Asimismo, Netanyahu resaltó el significado especial que tiene la ciudad santa de Jerusalén para el pueblo judío y el Estado de Israel.
Israel and Jerusalem are one. And Jerusalem, from the time of King David, 300 years before King Hezekiah, was the capital of our people, has remained the capital of our people, and will remain the united, eternal capital of the... Christmas is supposed to be a time of goodwill to all men and peace on earth. Well, we don't have peace on earth, not on our part anyway, and we certainly don't see goodwill to all men. We're facing monsters. This is a battle not only of Israel against these barbarians, it's a battle of civilization against barbarism. And I know in this that we have your support. I want to thank you for your support. I want to thank you for your prayers. And I want to assure you that as we stand together, we will also prevail. We shall win this war and secure our common values and our common future. Thank you. Christian friends around the world, a very Merry Christmas. On behalf of the people of Israel, I thank each and every one of you for your prayers and for your support. This Christmas, the traditional greeting of peace on earth will once again be expressed by millions across the globe. This while our world suffers from the terrible COVID-19 pandemic and far from too much violence and conflict. But remarkably, here in the Middle East, we've been actively making progress in realizing the biblical prophecy of peace on earth, or at least this part of it. We've moved forward with the Abraham Accords, achieving historic breakthroughs between Israel and the Arab world. Peace with the United Arab Emirates, peace with the Kingdom of Bahrain, peace with the Republic of Sudan, peace with the Kingdom of Morocco. After 26 years without a new peace treaty, we've had 4 new agreements in less than 4 months. And this is just the beginning. More and more Arab countries are rethinking traditional hostile attitudes towards Israel and are seeking reconciliation with the Jewish state. Instead of regarding Israel as their enemy, they increasingly regard us as a friend, as an ally, a vital ally and a vital partner. This is a new and revolutionary change. It will make a better life, a better place for all the peoples of the Middle East. It will make for a better world. And so this Christmas, when you pray for Israel and you pray for peace, know that your prayers are really being answered. Peace on earth, Merry Christmas.